Hey everyone, so the video that you see on the screen right now was made for a Discord challenge, and the challenge theme was chocolate. Now, this is not a Discord announcement, even though there is a link in the description. If you want to join, you can join in. Um, so, this animation that I made, a participant, you can say from that Discord server, asked me to make the breakdown of this video I made. So this is a breakdown video of this animation. I hope you all learn something new, I guess. But yeah, there is definitely something interesting that as you can see, the way the chocolate is being added on that ice cream, it's all procedural. So yeah, you are going to learn something procedural in this too. So let me cut this video and switch to Blender. So I hope you all can see Blender. Yeah, you can. So basically this is the whole scene, as you can see. uh, so if I hide the lighting, um, let me go into the rendered view. I hope I'm switched to GPU. Okay, let me turn on the lighting. um, okay, so for some reason okay, I'm previewing this node. Let me just, okay. So right now, as you can see, there are a few elements. Wait, let me just show you from the camera point of view. So from the camera point of view, you see these two posters, this wall, a tank, and this curve. So let me show you how I made the tank first. So this tank is just a cube, insetted cube. If I hide the bevel, you'll see that this is just a simple cube and extruded inside it, and it has bevel modifier on it. Also in the bump I gave it a nice material. So if you want to copy this metal texture, or you can say material, you can. This is all it. So the bump setting is this. It has a noise texture in the height channel, and the rest is the same. So pretty realistic, to be honest. And then I have this chocolate. Now if you look closely, it is inside the tank. So let me just go ahead. So this is just a plane, and it is very subdivided, and the reason why, because it has dynamic paint on it. Now this is not a dynamic paint tutorial, but I hope you know that it is set to waves, so that whenever my ice cream, it collides with the chocolate that is at the bottom, it will have some waves, but I have keep this effect very subtle, like you might not even see the waves, because it is really very subtle. Also, this part is the canvas brush that will generate the waves because of the collision. So yeah, and the interesting thing is this is just a single curve. Now this curves, um, object like bevel profile is set to the object, and um, this, as you can see, these two small curves, they are basically the pipes of that big curve. You can have multiple of them like this if you want. So yeah, that's how the this two pipes are made. Now this is just a simple cylinder with bevel on it, and I think it has the same material uh, as this one, so really shiny metal. So basically this is the principal BSDF of it. It is very shiny, by the way. Like, as you can see, it almost has no imperfections, even though I have a little bit of roughness to it. It is very perfect shiny metal texture. Now let's get into the ice cream part. By the way, the reason why I have this many lights is because in the render, let me switch to the camera view. In the render, as you can see on the light panels, as you can see on this tile texture, yeah, it kind of gives it depth if you look at the lighting. So I'll one by one hide some stuff that we don't need right now. like this tub, and the reason why we don't need it because we are going to look at how I'm changing the chocolate texture on this ice cream. So I have done everything procedurally, and if you notice, this scene is very symmetric, and that's why doing this becomes really easy. So the first material that I have is this ice cream texture. Nothing fancy. The ice cream is very cold, so it is basically really rough. Not even so. It has total white texture and nothing else. I might have given it a little bit of subsurface with a really less amount over there. Um, yeah, and nothing else. And the second texture is obviously the chocolate one. Now I think I have copied this from the tub itself. As you can see, I think I definitely have copied it, and I made some really minor changes, I think, uh, to the sheen color, I guess, or to this tint over here, to the specular tint. um, so yeah, now the way I'm switching between them two. So basically, if this value is, so I'm using a mix shader, so if this value is 0, that means it has chocolate on it, and if this is 1, it is like the under ice cream, the base ice cream. And now let's look at the nodes. So I'm using geometry node for this. Now I'm using the position socket, and let me show you how it works. So let me hide the tub again. So the geometry, it the this position socket, it depends on the whole scene itself. So let me see if I can turn on the annotations. Okay. So this whole scene is affected by this position socket. So now, as you can see, this ice cream has one color over here, and as it goes to the left, you'll see that there is a center transition over there. So suppose the blue is 0 and the magenta is 1. So it is basically going from, and I have to turn on the annotations. Okay. So it is basically going from 0 to 1. Okay. The red color is good. So it is basically, let us imagine that it is going from 0 to 1 over here. And then what I'm doing is I'm separating it on the x axis, as you can see over here. So now let me see. Okay. So it is 0 over there. I think it is confusing. I'm right now previewing the x channel of this separate xyz. So in the x direction, as you can see, it has went from 0 to 1 like this, and for some reason it is framed. uh, I don't know how to not keyframe that way. So yeah, so it goes from black to white, which is actually the opposite of what we want. That's why I'm using the less than node. So this kind of inverts everything for me. Also, it gives me this really sharp boundary for this. With the less than node, I can control where my center specifically is. Sorry for the train noises if you are hearing them. I can't really control the train noises. So it goes from 1 to 0 like this. Now I could have just changed their position over here, but nah. um, Now I'm using the Z channel as a mask, so that I only cover the ice cream whenever it is on top of the tub and not when it is on bottom. So the way I am doing that is by like this. So as you can see now, my this line, this origin line is over. Oh, sorry, bad drawing. So this line is kind of like this. Wow, that's a really good straight line for some reason. I think playing Valorant has its perks, I guess. um so yeah, This line, it is over there, and I've used color ramp to adjust the kind of the fall off over here. So now what is happening, I'm multiplying, so anything below this is 0, and everything above this is 1. And let's preview this one. So it is 1 on this side, and it is okay, it is 1 on this side. Okay, now that is gone. Wow, that's super great. For some reason annotation tool is really annoying. Fuck. So yeah, anything that is 0 is 0, anything that is multiplied by 1 is 1, so it goes on top like this and it becomes 0 again. So from vanilla to chocolate, that's it. I hope that made sense. I'm not really that good at explanation, um, but can I okay, so as you can see, I basically, what I did is I divided this scene into two parts. So this region is all black, this region also has to be black, this region has to, both of them has to be white. So yeah, so this the that way I just connected this multiplication node into this mix. And then to be honest, I really did a bad job at explaining it, but yeah, if you play around with it, you'll know what you're doing. So that's how I change the ice cream color. Now, is there anything else that I can tell? This texture is from Blender Toolkit, and let me just click on T, change my tool. Let's go back. um, and then let's talk about displays. They have shrink wrap modifier. These are just images that I have used with the help of shrink wrap. These were made with the help of stable diffusion. I just put put a really nice sweet random name on top of over here, and it looked really good. Also, the background has a little bit of HDRI to fill in this highlights over here. You can say this nice details. So that's it. It's a really very simple scene. And oh wait, I almost forgot. Um, as you can see, this ice cream is going from left to right. Now, this cylinder, it has a follow path constraint to it, and the target is set to this curve, as you can see. And then you have to play with these two sockets to get your forward and upward axis correct. And after that, I just took this cylinder and animated it on the x direction, so its x value, oh no wait, I think I animated the offset value instead. So offset value goes from 0 to negative direction like this. Lighting, I hope you know how to do the lighting. By the way, I'm using this empty object. I think this empty object is my depth of field. Wait, let me check. Yeah, that empty object is my depth of field. I usually play with this value, as you can see over here. So the f-stop, I just go 0 on that, and then I steadily increase it until I get the result that I wanted. So usually I do that in the rendered mode. So I'll just go really down like this, then I'll set my focus to the point where I want it, and then I'll slowly increase this slider. I found point 8 to be really nice. It was giving me nice edge distortion and all stuff. So yeah, that's it. Now that's the breakdown of this video. So I hope you learned something, or I hope this video helped in some way. Even if it didn't, I hope you saw something cool. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.